finally. Men starting out working conventionally behind the jab. One immediate impression, Evander Holyfield saying to us yesterday, I'm bigger and stronger than ever before, and he looks that way in the ring.
Riddick Bowe did not take the initiative with his jabs. Holyfield has won the battle of the jabs already. Holyfield is 213. He may be the bigger guy tonight after all.
Oh, at what is for him a very trim 240. Lowest weight since the first Holyfield fight in fall of '92.
When you got an advantage of a left jab, you don't wait to use it. You start off whether you land on the chest or not. Bowe is not doing that.
Holyfield tries the first real combination, and Bowe gets Holyfield with the first leg lift of the fight. Evander tripling up with the jab. He must remember to box and control his passion for warfare. Bowe must remember to put his punches together and make them count inside. Hard right hand by Bowe. Holyfield answers with a counter left.
Get those arms out of there. Get him out of there. Get those arms out of there. Come on, get him out of there.
Both men landing to the body as they clinch and then break.
Hold the head. Go hold the head. Go hold the head.
Bowe missing with a long right hand.
Break out. Come on, let's go.
Holyfield must find a way to get inside Riddick Bowe's jab when the bigger man starts to use it rhythmically. So far, Holyfield has been beating Bowe to the punch with his jab.
Watch the head. Come on with the head. Watch the head. Come on.
Hard right hand by Holyfield.
Hold the head. Hold the head, man. Hold the head.
Round one ends. Holyfield seemed to throw more punches as he goes back to his corner. Trainer is Don Turner, a third different trainer in the trilogy with Bowe. First, Benton and Duva in the first fight, then Emmanuel Stewart in the second fight, now Don Turner tonight.
Oh, see how beautiful that double left is working? Keep working, keep working. Breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep.
Just getting used to that cool air, that's all it is. You're doing great. It's great first round.
Don't wait on him. But you can't throw one punch because he's going to counter two.
Right.
Keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on.
Okay.
All right.
A very good first tactical round for Holyfield, beating Bowe with his jab.
All right, let's go. Come on,
Moving in and out and around.
In the first fight, Holyfield won the first round on all three cards. In the second fight, Bowe won the first round on all three cards. Jab by Holyfield, and George, between rounds, you heard Eddie Futch saying to Bowe, don't wait on him.
Yeah, you got that long reach. Why in the world are you standing there waiting to land a shot when you can throw anytime you want and you got the range? Bowe needs to step up the jab.
A lot of people love to give Bowe credit for being a good inside fighter, and there's Cortez already putting himself into the action. A lot of people give Bowe credit for being a very good in-fighter, George. You see holes in his game there.
completely. He's not, he'll sneak a left, the uppercut in there. He'll sneak it in. It's not what you call a pure uppercut because he lures you to sleep and he sneaks it under there. He's a good right-hand puncher if he can get it overhand like. Holyfield needs to be hit with a straight, right down the line right hand.
What about Holyfield having to punch up against the taller man?
Well, the head is there. He's not protected because you got to aim down. You have your tendency of a big man to drop your hands because you're aiming down. Just throw up there. You can't miss those big, tall guys. I know. I've been up there.
You've been hit.
Yep.
Missed with a slow right hand, and Holyfield stepped in with a counter.
Give me a clean round, guys. Give me a clean round.
Now the right hand sharper by Bowe, and that one lands. And now Bowe gets in an uppercut.
Why is Holyfield staying in there, George? That seems like the last place he should be.
Yeah, he's in there with a bigger guy, and he shouldn't let this guy wear him down with that extra weight. So this is not good tactics on his behalf. But he said earlier he wanted a knockout.
Two hard left hooks inside by Holyfield, pressing the action, keeping his head against Bowe's chest. Bowe has twice in this round landed the uppercut. If he remembers to throw it, as he did in the first fight, it can be an extremely effective blow. Straight right hand. Not a lot of snap behind it for Bowe, but the left hook inside is good. Holyfield with a right.
Get on, let's go. Give me a clean round, guys. Come on.
A persistent theme in the trilogy. Punching after the bell.
Well, Evander Holyfield was hit below the belt a couple of times. The referee didn't do anything about it. Holyfield got mad.
I no need for this punching after the bell. Ain't no need for all that. You hear that?
He can't bounce and move like he was before. So keep using that jab, and if you get on the inside, both hands.
Both of you guys gave us two warning.
When he tries to come to you, step back and throw that little uppercut. Okay?
Any unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm going to start taking some points, yeah?
Let's see what happened after that. After that, at the end of the round. Unfortunately for Holyfield, that might have been the best part of the round for him, as Bowe asserted himself during that round. You heard Eddie Futch say, George, that he didn't think Holyfield could move and dance the way he did in the first round anymore, and that Bowe should go to work on that premise. Do you think that that's already out of the plan?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have to move this time. Riddick Bowe is not expelling and using that jab to keep a guy moving. Standing there, you don't waste your energy if you don't have to. Why move? This guy's not doing anything to make you move.
Holyfield, so effective moving in and out in the second bout, is now staying inside, giving Bowe a chance to make his power a big factor. They're trading shots at close range, as you can see.
Give me a clean round. Watch him out inside. Give me a clean round.
Again, the uppercut by Bowe. He threw 81 of them in the first fight. And, of course, it was an uppercut that rocked Holyfield in the 10th round of that fight. But Bowe only threw 26 uppercuts in the second edition of Holyfield Bowe, and that was one of the tactical differences that night.
Holyfield is not doing anything to protect himself right now, so he must be feeling the effects of that first uppercut.
Another uppercut by Bowe snaps Holyfield's head back. Holyfield with some of the uppercut medicine for Riddick.
I thought a left hook in there by Bowe did some serious damage, but we don't see the results of it as yet.
Punch this up, guys. Hey, ho. Man, you keep gonna punch this up. Keep him up. Keep him up. That's let's go.
We counted 10 low blows by Bowe unpenalized in the first of their 3 fights. Tonight, Joe Cortez is staying on top of that, at least for now.
Holyfield is walking into this big man and absorbing punishment. That's not the way you reestablish yourself as a good boxer.
It looks like a suicidal strategy, doesn't it, George?
I wouldn't tell a young man with that kind of boxing ability to do that at all.
Hard right hand by Holyfield. He must believe he's going to land enough of those to make this strategy pay off. Two guys who won't take no for an answer inside. Bowe missing with the uppercut. Holyfield missing with the counter left.
Come on. Time.
I'm not sure what Evander Holyfield is trying to prove, but I don't think he proved it with that strategy.
You're wearing him down, bro. Keep sliding a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, and keep throwing those uppercuts with the right hand and the left hand. Watch for him. Look for that one big shot. When that one big shot comes, get underneath. Bang. He wanted to move, but he can't move it.
There you see Holyfield throwing an uppercut. Riddick Bowe normally throws more uppercuts, and there you can see them on the belt. But as I was saying, that Bowe throws more uppercuts in one fight than many fighters throw in their careers. And this kind of tactic by Holyfield seems made for him. Maybe Holyfield knows something we don't.
Punch stat numbers show the pattern of the first 2 fights re-emerging. Bowe throwing more, Holyfield choosing his spots judiciously and landing at a higher rate. Hard right hand by Bowe. Holyfield comes back with a left. And again, they begin round 4, trading shots in the middle of the ring. Crowd rises as Holyfield seems to stun Bowe with a left hook. Bowe's right hand was blocked. Uppercut missed inside.
Boy, that was some furious exchange, guys. I mean, you don't see big men doing that very often. But this is what these guys have done, and this is, we're now in the 28th round of their fight.
Break out clean. Let's go.
Hard for Bowe to establish his jab when Holyfield stays so close inside. Maybe that's part of what Evander is thinking with this strategy, but on the other hand, he's paying a heavy price for it.
Evander Holyfield is no way, in my mind, fighting smart. For the first time in his career, I saw him look toward the ropes to maybe lay on the ropes and wait a little bit. That's not Evander Holyfield. He's never looked for the ropes to hide.
Evander took a lot of punches against Mercer and was cut in that fight. He's been cut in 4 of his last 6 bouts, and that becomes a concern when your head is in there against the other guy's head all night, as has so far been the case for Evander. Uppercut lands.
Come on, get those arms out there. Come on.
Holyfield is laying on Riddick Bowe, trying to recuperate and get his air back together. Let me tell you, he's not recuperating in the old Evander Holyfield. It's taking too much time to get his breathing rhythm back again.
Bowe has a habit. Bowe has a habit. You saw it there, of beginning to slap when he throws punches in numbered combinations. 3-4 punches at a time. Bowe's last couple of punches will be slaps. But the straight right hand is usually pretty heavy.
Get him out of here. Come on. Work out of here. Come on, your hands are free. Come on, Holyfield. Get those arms out.
The crowd isn't into this fight as it was in the first couple of fights because most of the action is at such close quarters that it's really hard to see back of 10 or 12 rows what's going on.
Bowe landed a straight right. Holyfield came back with a counter left. 4 rounds in the books.
Tony, chill out, man. It's okay.
Huh? No, man. No, man.
You got a little blood in your mouth, that's all. Okay. Stop your hands, Paul. Stop your hands right down the center. This is a good time for the doctor to get in and ask Evander Holyfield some questions.
How you feeling here?
Here's this furious exchange early in the round with both fighters connecting. Holyfield, a nice left hand there. This is a strategy that could just wear the smaller man down, but it may be the only way that Holyfield can do it, and you saw him land his own low blow.
And frankly, George, Evander Holyfield in the corner between rounds looked more exhausted than I've ever seen him at this stage of a fight.
I was about to say the same thing. He looked almost like he got old between rounds, but we may be misreading him.
To use an old expression, he just looked all stove in between rounds.
Harold Letterman, quickly, can you give us your scorecard?
Larry, 39-37, 3 rounds to 1, Riddick Bowe. I gave the first round to Evander Holyfield on a jab, but Riddick Bowe's dominated ever since. I thought he really hurt Evander with a right hand in the 4th round.
I have the same score, Harold.
More trading shots in the center of the ring.
This is a very dangerous fight as far as I'm concerned for Evander Holyfield. It's not looking good. Talk about the healing he received. This man is not able to catch a second win. He's not able to get recapture his breathing again.
Come on, your hands are free.
Doesn't look good.
So you think there's at least a chance that the stiff heart condition which follows the Moore fight was not in fact misdiagnosed, and that he's being bothered in some way now, just as he was against Michael Moore?
It's terrible. He's even more so now. He can't catch another win.
Break up. Let's go.
Look at there.
We're establishing what George Foreman's opinion is here.
Yeah.
Break up. Come on, break up.
If I'm his corner, I throw in the towel. If I'm Holyfield's corner, I throw in the towel.
Low blow. And Cortez penalizes Bowe a point.
1 point, low blow. 1 point, low blow. Get in that corner over there. Whole time.
Gotta stop it.
You all right? You got some time. Let me know when you're ready. Ain't no need for none of that. There ain't no need for none of that. I told you. Twice already. 1 point already.
Evander Holyfield can have as many as 5 minutes to recover from this. And now he says he's ready to go. Litvomansky, the Nevada State Athletic Commission doctor, is sitting in Holyfield's corner. Holyfield taking a couple of heavy shots.
Holyfield is really hurting. He looks like he's ready to go. He looks like he has nothing to get back. He just became 33 going on 53.
Evander Holyfield has never been knocked out in his professional boxing career.
Keep the punches up. Keep him up. Keep the punches up, guys.
An extremely concerned George Foreman is presently on his feet, suggesting to Joe Cortez that he thinks a stoppage wouldn't be inappropriate.
Yeah, but
now Holyfield comes back with a right hand. George, you're sitting back down.
The problem, of course, is that you just can't underestimate Holyfield and what happens if he gets a second win. His reputation
is not going to get a second win. This man is going to end up in a pine box. He's got heart trouble. It's evident he cannot get his breathing together. He can't recuperate. If he had not had this doctors examine him.
Well, I can't refute the doctors who claim it was misdiagnosed.
Hard right hand by Holyfield.
Here he is.
And remember, of course, that he got medical clearance from the Mayo Clinic and other established medical authorities before the Nevada State Commission would license him for the bout.
Bowe is not hurting Holyfield. Holyfield is being hurt inside himself.
Evander, look at me. How you doing out there, son?
Good. Stop your hand, baby.
curly-haired gentleman in the gray tweed sport coat is Dr. Flip Homansky of the Nevada State Athletic Commission.
We're here to make sure nobody takes unnecessary punishment.
Hey, Joe, take control of this thing. This guy's hitting behind the
I
head.
took a point already off, and be quiet. Take control of yourself, all right?
I got control of myself. You take control of the fight.
All right, let the corner go. All right?
Let's go.
Let's go.
He's done. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I scored that round. Even though a point was taken away from Bowe, I gave him a 9-8 round because I think he gave such a licking to Holyfield.
Down goes Bowe! First knockdown of Riddick Bowe's career.
Not getting up.
How can you ever count this man out? He is just amazing. Out.
Bowe's out on his feet. If Evander can find him, he might finish it. It was a left hook that did the damage. Evander Holyfield, not known as a knockout puncher, trying to finish the big man here.
Can Bowe show the resilience that Holyfield showed in their first fight? Can he survive this? Who would have thunk it? Just when it looked as though Holyfield was ready to give up, he's got Bowe almost out on his feet.
And now Holyfield seems to have run out of gas.
Let's go.
Bowe getting himself back together. Got an excellent chance now to make it out of the round.
Come on, get him out of there.
And maybe even to turn it around the way Holyfield did on him in round 10 of the first fight. Here comes Bowe.
I would never ever believe that I would see this of almost a mirror image of what we saw before.
Come on.
Bowe looking at Cortez to ask for help. He says, Evander hit me on the back of the head with a left hand.
Come on, get him out of there. Come on, let's go.
That's the first time Bowe is down as a professional.
Come on, don't be holding.
And he is showing some stuff that we haven't seen before in terms of his heart and will. And it's a good thing he got into great condition for this fight.
Holyfield's punches without snap now. What do you make of this, George?
George, you seem as stunned as everyone else.
No, I'm not stunned. I mean, Evander Holyfield is fighting on pure courage.
Dangerous courage in your view.
Dangerous.
Get up.
10 seconds left in round 6. Holyfield mounts an attack again. Bowe can't seem to stop the left hand. Evander misses with a right.
Here we go again.
Keep your hands up and don't walk into him with your hands down.
Riddick, you okay?
All right.
Okay.
An exhausted Evander Holyfield fights back, a left hook on the chin. That was not the one, although perhaps it contributed to the final blow. And there it is, that left hook. Down goes Bowe. Down goes Bowe. An amazing turnabout. When you've been watching fights as long as we have, you're hesitant in suggesting that something like this could happen again. So we are as startled as anyone else. Round 31.
At that time, there was no doctor in Holyfield's corner between rounds.
Come on, get those hands out of there.
But Evander still seemed to be struggling to regain his breath.
Come on. There you go, Holyfield. Watch that inside.
Gargantuan effort from both men.
Let's go. Come on, give me a clean round.
Holyfield in round 6 landed 30 of 41 punches, and most of them were power shots.
Get him out there. Get him out. Get him out. Let's go. Hold him that head. Keep him up, this guy.
Both men seeming to try to get a little bit of a rest here, George.
Well, I wouldn't want to get a rest this way.
Give me a clean round, guys. Come on, work out. Your hands are free, guys. Keep the punches up. Let him out.
More than a minute into round 7, one short left hook from Bowe, the most significant punch of the round.
Get those downs. Don't lock him up. Don't lock him up in there. Get those downs out. Let him loose, guys. Let him loose. Let him loose. All right, break out, guys. Break out. Let's go.
Uppercut landed again for Holyfield.
Let's go, watch your heads inside. Watch your heads. All right, get him out of there. Don't be holding. Let him out. Come on, get him out.
Now they begin to trade again. Both men finding some of the snap in their punches in this last minute of round 7. The second of their 3 fights, Evander Holyfield effectively stole rounds by flurrying in the last 30 seconds.
Get him out of there.
Let's see if that's what he has in mind here.
Step back, come on, let's go.
George Foreman, you're curiously quiet.
Get the hands out.
Yep.
Get the head. Hold the head, get the hands out.
The old saying is, sometimes more is less. And less is more.
Care to explain? You just don't feel as though you should comment on what you're watching? Is that it?
It's just as a dangerous situation, and there's no intelligence that I can get out of it at this point. Holyfield has had this diagnosis, and he's showing it.
You stand right in front of this guy. We didn't work on that.
You cannot stand in front of this guy.
You can't stand in front of him.
All you gotta do is step around.
Hey, look. When you do fire in sets, not 1 or 2, 3 and 4. Hey, shorten that hook up, okay? Don't aim for his head, aim for his shoulder. You got me?
Keep those punches in his body going. Expect a little uppercut. And hook.
Okay.
All right.
You got to sort of.
You did it once.
It looked as though somebody might have brushed some smelling salts across Bowe's nose. Harold, how do you have the score after 7 rounds?
Larry, 4-2, 1 even in rounds, 66, 65 in points. Riddick Bowe by 1 point. Larry, I gave Evander an extra point in round 6 for the knockdown, but I still scored that other in round 5, 9-9. I scored it even. I'll tell you, this is tremendous stuff.
Hard right hand inside by Holyfield, and now down goes Evander.
A right hand
by Bowe.
A right hand inside as Holyfield lunged to get back at him.
7.
Did the trick.
Don't think he's going to make it.
9.
No, he made it.
How do you feel? How do you feel? Take a step forward.
How does he feel?
Take a step forward.
Wonderful. Terrific.
Third knockdown of Holyfield's career. Here comes the 4th, and that's it.
That's it.
What a fight. Once again, they even exceed the highest expectations we had. Well, It took a long time to get to this fight tonight. Was it worth it?
Very first time.
Holyfield should have oxygen in that corner now. I know that.
Bowe making his way now around his circle of supporters as Evander Holyfield wakes up to the realization of the very first knockout of his career. In rapid-fire succession there, he was knocked down for the third and then the fourth time in his career. Bert Cooper did it. Bowe did it in their first fight, and then Bowe produces 2 more knockdowns of Holyfield tonight. The other first in the fight was, of course, the first time that Bowe has ever been knocked down.
Everybody pray. Everybody.
Prayer of thanks for Riddick Bowe. I don't see any oxygen in Holyfield's corner yet, but he's sitting up, alert, talking. At least outwardly appears, and now you see he's standing up. And that's Dr. Flip Pomansky, who's right there with him, observing at close range. And we'll take another look at the end of the fight. There's the hard right hand that Holyfield landed in there, and then the right hand by Bowe, and down went Holyfield. I'm not even sure Riddick knew that he had landed that hard a shot. That was the first knockdown. And another look at the first knockdown. George, this short right.
That's the right. The right. The left.
And I wasn't sure that Evander would make it up from that one. Eventually he did, and referee Joe Cortez let him come back across the ring, and that's all it took to put the finishing touches on the knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the site where legends are made, Caesar's Palace, a round of applause for 2 warriors in the heavyweight division. Fight number 3 was everything we wanted it to be. Referee Joe Cortez calls a halt to the bout at 58 seconds in the 8th round. The winner by TKO victory, and now reigns supreme as the best heavyweight in the world, Riddick Big Daddy
Oh, thank you, man. We love you, man. We love you. You my inspiration. I want you to know that. Okay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for one of the great warriors in the history of the heavyweight division, the 2-time champion, Georgia.
And the final statistical breakdown, and you can see that Riddick Bowe threw more than twice as many punches as Evander Holyfield in the fight. Holyfield, throwing mostly power shots from the second round on, landed at the rate of 60%. That's why both fighters sustained so much damage. Jabs, you knew that Riddick Bowe would throw more. Ultimately, he used them to set up power shots, but look at Holyfield. 58 out of 95 jabs landed as, once again, Bowe proved very easy to hit. And now let's go into the ring with Larry Merchant.
Okay. All right, thank you, and thank you for all boxing fans, fellas. Riddick, what's on your mind at this moment with this man?
I want to thank this great champion, because without him it wouldn't be possible. He gave me all the inspiration in the world, and I love you, man. Anybody got a bud for him?
You know, speaking of inspiration, I thought of that 10th round in the first fight when he had you down. Did you think you could survive that knockdown? Did your mind flash back to what had happened in the first fight?
Oh no, I keep telling you guys, when I'm faced with adversity, whatever the word is, I always become better because of it. And once I got up, I said, I got to get this guy, you know. Just in my mind, like he says, you know, he can get me. I was always thinking I can get him, but man, I tell you, I love you, man. I love you, man.
All right, Evander, you came out and was very effective here. We're going to take a look at the knockdowns here. When you knocked down Bowe, what happened there?
Well, I caught him with a good left hook in the right hand, and I was trying to get another right hand before he fell to make sure he was down. He just, the whole fight, he was strong, and I got real on real quick, and it was just on the chance I had, it was a knockout punch. I couldn't have
it even looked in around the 5th round or so that you just were bone tired and weary, and pardon me for saying it, just old.
Well, not so much old and stuff like that. I think the point of that, with Bowe's skills and tactics and stuff, it was just hard to get in, and I just couldn't fight him with everything I had and stuff like that, because he was able to keep me out with the jab, and he was able to hit me with shots, just stuff like where I was just too conscious of his power, which kind of drained me from my energy.
Well, you explain, why couldn't you finish him after he was down and hurt?
I was too strong. I was just too strong. I had determination. I felt like he felt. But I'm telling you, he had a terrific left hook, and he really surprised me with it.
Were you just bone tired there as well?
I was bone tired when
even though it was the early in the round.
Yeah, I was bone tired. I lost a lot of energy throughout the whole fight.
You're stretching yourself as though something hurts you now, Evander. What is it?
My shoulders hurt, and it's just every shot I just had to swing with all my bite to try to get him all balanced and things like that. And he was the best man, and ain't nothing I can take away from him, because it's not like I wasn't prepared. He just better.
Well, thank you for this night, and thank you for your career, Evander Holyfield. All right, Riddick. All right, let's go at it. He comes out in the 1st round and starts beating you to the jab. What's in your mind then?
Well, I told you I was going to be calm, cool, let to see what he had to offer, and then go into my act, and that's exactly what I did.
All right, and then he started to lean on you and fight you on the inside, which seemed like the worst kind of strategy.
Yeah,
what were your thoughts?
I think the body shots took their toll, and they really started hurting me. Every time I hit him with a shot, I would hear him win. So I pretty much stayed with that attack and started throwing the uppercuts and the left hook.
Were you looking across the ring, and could you see how out of it he seemed to be getting?
Especially when you're sitting on the stool. And I knew that